Forever and always, I'm always here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 3 of I'm Always Here, a podcast about Baywatch, by a Baywatch fan, for Baywatch fans. And I want to welcome everybody back. I was very, very happy with episode 3, and I think we made a lot of progress. So, for all my returning listeners, thank you so much for coming on back and settling in with us. And for all the new ones, welcome aboard. And I hope you're able to really chew into the first 2 episodes and get an idea of what we're really doing here and what we're trying to accomplish. So, a little bit of housekeeping. I really want to get into the rest of the pilot. I know we covered a lot on the last episode, and that's a lot to digest, but a little bit of housekeeping I feel very necessary to get out here. Before we really go forward is I know I got many comments and many messages and phone calls after the last episode saying, Tom, are you okay? Boatwater, are you okay, Mr. Boatwater? And because of the vermin problem we had, and I'm happy to report that yes, yes, I am okay. I was able to survive the wildlife encounter and vacate the premises very, very quickly. And it does appear that the infestation problem has been taken care of, I guess. I guess we should say. There was, in fact, a colony of rats living in here, up to a dozen, I'm told, and they were, in fact, taken care of, humanely, I might add. So, in case any of my animal lovers out there are concerned, what about the rats? What about the rats? They're okay. I'm sure they are living their best life, as they say, as the kids say. Probably in somebody else's house by now. I'm sure I'm enjoying things. And interestingly enough, that leads me to the first sponsor of the podcast, which I'm very, very excited to bring on board. It wasn't a, pardon me, it's very, very hard to breathe in this, in the linen closet here. In the process of, again, excuse me, a very sharp headache, and I'm short of breath, and I attribute that to the fumigation process that took place up here a couple of hours ago. It's a very hazy and very strong chemical smell. But yes, and even that leads into our sponsor, which was negotiated by my parents without my knowledge, but in order to get a discount on the pest control, we've all, I guess, agreed to give a plug to. Let me get my sheet here. It's very difficult for me to even read words at this point. It's very, very blurry and hazy. But this is Don Baker's Pest Control. And I tell you, these guys are just dynamite. They do everything from rats, obviously, to roaches and spiders and your common household pets. And interestingly enough, as they were, getting rid of the rats or rooting out the rats up here, they did find a colony of boll weevils, which they said was very, very odd. They've never seen that type of infestation in a residential home. Usually, boll weevils are, in the cotton field or whatnot. But I guess with the heat and the variety of fabrics in this linen closet here, it attracted quite the large family, into the thousands of boll weevils. So they were able to get rid of those as well. And now I don't think that those were dismissed of humanely. As far as I can tell, I don't know that anything could live, frankly, with the amount of chemicals in the air up here. But yes, back to it. Don Baker's Pest Control. It's a Dynamite family-owned business. They're up in Mattoon. So if you're in the greater Decatur, Illinois area, I highly, highly recommend Don Baker and his family. And they came out, and again, they did just a bang-up job. And, we're completely pest-free as far as I can tell. I'm not hearing any rustling or chewing or well, as like last time, any angry squeals and screeches. So I think our problem in that regard is solved. And also here, yes, in my copy, the Bakers, again, they have their office in Mattoon, and they have a quaint little storefront where they keep a children's wagon with some flowers and a little sign and whatnot. And apparently that has gone missing. So if any of my listeners or viewers on YouTube, if you have any information regarding the Little Red Wagon, please, please, please reach out to me, or, you can reach out even to the Bakers, directly, and I'll have their information. I'm sure they will keep you confidential, but they really, really just need the wagon back. So if you have any information on that, please, please let me know. And on that note, I feel it's a great time to bring up just one more little piece of little piece of housekeeping. Again, I am very, very sorry. It is just it's very hard to concentrate. So if you feel this podcast is a little what can I say, out to sea, or drifting in the ocean, I'm gonna try to use my skill and inspiration as from a lifeguard to kind of rein it back into the shore here. But please, please bear with me. And as I was saying in the first episode, this is definitely I took inspiration from Baywatch in a number of ways, obviously, but one of those was to release an episode every week. I feel that consistency is very important, and it helps keep your interest flowing. It's very difficult for a series as complex as Baywatch to kind of jump in and jump out. Have one episode in every 3 weeks or once a month. It's really something you need to. The podcast comes out once a week, but in a perfect world, I'd love it if every one of you were kind of studying up daily, making sure you're staying with it and keeping up with the topics that we're discussing on here. That being said, there will not be an episode next week, and I'm very disappointed with that. But again, this is one of those things that's kind of out of my hands. Without my knowledge, my parents, my uncles, and my grandfather, and have all come together and decided that I needed to go to summer camp for another year. This is something I thought I was done with last year, but apparently I will be going once again. It's about 10 to 11 days, I believe, and I'll be in summer camp, and Look, I don't want to get too down on the summer camp itself. It's Camp Woodbrook. It's a beautiful, beautiful camp in the beautiful wooded location, and it's just a charming place overall. And it's Camp Woodbrook is a place that I've been attending as a camper for well over 20 years, and still as a camper, I will be attending this year. Typically, the cutoff for camps like Woodbrook, and Woodbrook specifically, is about 15 years old. But apparently, over the years, arrangements have been made where I can continue to attend well beyond the age of 15. So, once again, I'll be going back this year. So, and it's a great place. Like I said, there's horseback riding and canoeing and archery and camping, and they teach you how to build a campfire and make s'mores and whatever it is people do with the campfires. None of these activities I'll be participating in, of course, and I never have, and I will not. But it is a great time. Typically, when my fellow campers are out enjoying these activities, I'm in the counselor's lodge, as they call it, and it allows me to work on some friendship bracelets and beadwork, and I really have a great plan for a nice piece of dynamite bead art this year. I really want to do a little 2x2 mural of a beach sunset, and maybe a lifeguard stand if I can find the artistic inspiration. And don't worry, this is definitely something I'll be sharing. I'm really, really trying to work on the video element of this podcast. I think it would add a lot for myself and obviously for my listeners and well viewers, viewers in this case, not listeners. But yeah, the video element I think will really bring a lot. We can really focus in on some body language and some of the action scenes. We can really break it down frame by frame. And I think that would be really, really a great addition to the podcast. And, as far as our growth and knowledge and the show and the characters moves on, I really think it would be a valuable piece. And once we get that up and running, I'm certainly going to show you the beadwork and the friendship bracelets and whatnot, as well as many other items that I've collected over the years. I am, again, very sorry. I'm becoming very short of breath. My vision is very blurry and developing a major headache. But we're gonna don't worry, we're gonna soldier through, and we're gonna stay up on that lifeguard stand as Mitch would and as the rest of the gang would. A little sickness never took them off the stand, so we're gonna power through it as much as we possibly can. Oh, well, okay, so back to it. Again, so don't be waiting around your Spotify or your YouTube or your Rumble just yet. And speaking of Rumble, from YouTube, I got a pair of just really nice, loving, supportive comments, and I really appreciate that. And I really, really appreciate when you guys leave comments. It helps buoy me and keep me strong when, in times are tough such as these. And something that I'll definitely be taking with me to the camp, and I'll be thinking about when I'm, when I'm doing my administrative duties, my artistic duties in the counselor's lodge. It's going to be wonderful. On Rumble, I got some odd comments, so maybe it's just some slang that I'm not familiar with, or people saying that I'm a part of the New World Order, or that I'm a shill, or a lot of these comments are very, I guess, politically oriented that I don't fully understand, but I'm happy, I'm going to take them as a positive. And it's possible I won't be putting them on the site anymore, but to those people, if you're listening, I hope all is well. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna take a quick break. All right, I'm sorry about that. I feel I might have drifted off there for a second. I'm probably tired. I stayed up very, very late in preparation for this episode, and again, combined with the overwhelming chemical presence in the room with me, I'm having a lot of trouble. So let's get right back into the pilot, which is panic, pure panic. And I know last week we went over the yellow beach collared shirt and the Hobie, and so I think that about covers it for the pilot, and we'll hopefully be back in about 10 days. And I just want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week. And in the meantime, I'm always